Alright everybody, it's been a while since I put out a video, and I know I ended my last video with the Dolphin Inav settings. I have been chasing a problem with this Dolphin for quite a while, and I think I just about got it figured out. So before I go into the flight footage, I want to share with you what I did and what it took to get this thing flying correctly. So the problem that I had is in VTOL mode, hover mode, it worked perfect, no problems at all. As soon as I transitioned to forward flight, the plane would just pull hard to the left all day long, couldn't figure it out. I thought that I had a misalignment with my motors. I put a laser on this thing, made sure everything was true, everything was straight. Of course, I had a twin-powered Dolphin before, and the twin worked just fine. I swapped props. I went from 3 blades to 2 blades, 7-inch, 6-inch, and for the life of me, I could not get this thing to go straight. One test, I took it up pretty high, killed the power, and just tried to glide it straight down under no power, and the thing still pulled hard to the left. So that was telling me I didn't have an issue with the motors. I changed flight controllers, I changed ESCs, I swapped motors and ESCs from side to side, no effect. Even swapped the back to the front, all around, could not figure it out. What I ended up figuring out was my rear motor in forward flight was spinning. And it was spinning enough to where it caused the plane to pull to the left. Now, I had enabled ESC brake on the ESC that I had on this originally. And this is the ESC that comes in all these Atomrc planes, the Dolphin, the Swordfish. So what I ended up doing was putting in a more high-powered ESC from Atomrc, enabled the brake to 100%, and that is what took care of my issues. Now, this plane still does not fly very well. In my opinion, yes, the vertical takeoff and landing is great, but flight-wise, it is a little unstable. And I think I'm going to need to find another ESC that has a stronger brake. I'm just not sure. But with this thing freewheeling a little bit, it causes the plane to pull left, and just made for all kinds of bad stuff. I've crashed this plane a whole bunch. As you can see, I have a backup Dolphin hanging on the wall right now, just in case I completely destroy this thing. So, if anybody has any ideas or something that I can do to ensure that this back motor is stopped, maybe a different motor. I'm getting ready to lean to that part, but of course that's, to upgrade all 3 of these to make them the same, you're talking $75. So with that being said, I wanted to share it with you, and now we'll go ahead and get into the flight footage. All right, here we go. Taking off, about 30 amps is what you got to be able to cover with your battery. Again, this thing works great. I'm in angle mode right now. I'm going to get some height, some altitude before we transition. You can see flight profile 2 at the bottom. That is 2. That means VTOL mode. And now we're transitioning, and now we're in 1 fixed wing. Here we go. I'm in manual mode right now, just trying to see how this thing flies. And it's a little windy this day. It's nothing horrible. But as you can see, I'm running 12 amps, 62% throttle, doing about, we got some speed going. We're in the 50s. I'm letting Inav continuously trim the servos right now, trying to trim this thing out. But as you can kind of see, it's yawing a little bit to the left still. And I think what I'm going to do, because I'm not giving up yet, I'm going to go with a totally different motor ESC combo for this next one. I just believe that prop back there is freewheeling, and it's causing that rotation. But the plane kind of flies like crap. It's not really fun to fly. It feels very sketch. Very sketch. I'm honestly afraid to fly it in a stabilized mode. Right now I'm in acro, and I'm worried what will happen is the flight controller will just not be able to keep up. But I'm in acro. We're just going to let it do its thing here. Sucking down about 11 amps at 60% throttle. I'm kind of nervous to take it far away from me just because I think that I'm going to lose it. I've crashed this thing a bunch. I've had to hunt for it a bunch. Alrighty, so I'm done flying around. We're going to bring this thing in. A couple things to watch. I'm in manual right now. I'm going to switch it to stabilize. I thought I was in angle, but I was in acro. And my flight profile is 1. So once that changes to a 2, that's how you know I've transitioned to VTOL. And here we go. I'm going to try to land it right there in that intersection. So I'm in VTOL mode, but I'm in acro, unfortunately. And in acro, you can still do stuff like that. Quick flip into angle. All is good. I'm just bringing her down right here. And right in this little grassy spot. Boom. Done. So that's it. That's all. It just didn't work out. I'm sure this was all on me. I'm going to revisit this and come back. And I'm not giving up, like I said. But I was getting a little burnout on Dolphin VTOL at the moment. So I hope this helps people get started. If you figured out a way to do this and have it fly good and fly nice, post it up. Open to suggestions. Make a video on it. But until then, we'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye.